Hello. This is your week 12 Wellness Week lecture. Don't come to class on the April, in Wellness Week. Don't have the dates in front of me. But you know when that is. It's week 12. So, the assignments that will be due week 13, it's going to be due the last week of April. That is April 27th and 29th. The assignments are the following. I was very careful not to give you any more than usual, and again, I hope that you sleep in this week. We are going forward in chapter 9, and I'll talk about that a little bit, but here is your Sing 11 assignment. You are to prepare, so you can look at it and sing through it a few times before you upload it. Prepare 9.30. Then Sing 12, so you've got two Sing assignments again this week. Sing 12 is sight singing again, okay? So I have to keep making it harder because that's just the way education works. And hopefully we're building on your knowledge and skills. And so Sing 12 is 9.34. I'm asking you on your honor to sight sing that. Don't peek at it early. The lowest grade you can get is a B. But again, I just need, since I don't get to see you very much, I need to make sure that you're practicing sight singing. It's not that I don't trust you to practice it on your own, but I don't. And then we're going to have something new, and I call it Intervals and Scales, and I have uploaded a copy of that. It is in assignments, and I'm asking that you print out the document that I uploaded so that you have an actual hard copy, okay? And I'm going to get into this more at the end, but you'll print that out. I'm going to go over it here in a minute, and you have a little work to do to fill in solfege syllables and identify intervals. So those are the three things for week 12 that are due the next time I see you, which will be the last week of April, week 13, on the 27th and the 29th. Okay, so I want to just talk about section 3 in chapter 9. And if you want to flip open your book, that is on page 149. So section 2 that I went over in the last lecture dealt with the minor seventh that we can encounter in a dominant 7 chord. So here's a key. Okay, so what we talked about last time is in this dominant 7 chord. That's a minor 7th, always wants to resolve. You've been singing it your whole life, you just didn't know what it was called, okay? So that's a big interval. Now, in section 3, we're dealing with your first tritones that they've addressed formally. So the tritone occurs in the dominant 7 chords. So, Ti, Re, Fa, Ti. And again, I've been having you sing that full 5/7 chord because I wanted you to get used to that interval. And that always wants to resolve up. Fa, ti. tonic triad. Dominant 7, so T, Re, Fa. Here's our tritone. T, Ro. Okay. I want you to look at 9.26. So I'm going to do 2 melodies out of this section. And first thing we're going to do is just look at 9.26. So obviously all of these melodies are featuring this beautiful Fa to T. So let's look at this, 9.26. What key do you see? I'm really hoping and praying you said E flat major. Now, this is kind of unusual for us. What solfege syllable does this start on? If you said mi, you're correct. So I'm just kind of scanning. We don't start on do, but mi is a friendly little solfege syllable. And then I see so up to do there in the first full bar. And then I see that big skip, do down to mi, that we all know is what interval? Do down to mi in a major key. I hope you said minor 6. Let me get you in this key. Dominant 7. And there's our T do. Okay? So, you know, if you encountered, you were trying to sightseeing, and as you are thinking through this, you see that 6. I think it would be okay to even sing to isolate it so it's kind of in your ear. The other thing that I would notice is that the mi is the first note that you sing. So remember that, and then when you get into the first full bar, you're just going to go back to your starting pitch. Okay, and then we look at the second bar, mi to so, do, easy peasy. And then we have re to fa. There it is. Fa down to T, right? So we've identified where that tritone is. Let's look at the second line. Starts on mi. Re, fa. There's that fa to T again. Second line. That is weird how they barred that, but anyway, that's the first full bar. Next bar, do up to mi, easy. And then re, fa, T, there it is again. Second line, next to last measure. So it's happening 3 times in this melody. You ought to be really good at it. Okay. Okay? Use solfege. I'm going to play. I'll go ahead and we'll take the DC just so you get extra practice. This is your tonic. Sing your first note. Okay? We're going to go about 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right? Do, first note. 1 and 2 and. Okay. The next one I want to do, just we haven't done any tenor clef for a while, is 9.28. Okay. So take a look at 9.28. Flip the page. Don't be scared. What key do you think that's in? So things I'd be saying to myself, I see 3 sharps. If it was in a major key, it'd be an A major. But I see accidentals cannot be a major key. So then I know it has to be F sharp minor. Now, let's scan through again. So I see that skip of a 4th. Even if you don't like tenor clef, you can tell where this middle C is, and it starts a 3rd up. Sorry, it starts on C. My brain just went away. Yeah, so it's starting right on middle C, which is convenient because that's so in this key. Let's keep looking through. So we see the skip of the 4th. There's the 7th is raised. Yeah. So do is the top space. Okay. There's T. Scanning through again. I'm in the 2nd bar. There's a skip of a 4th again. Now in the 2nd bar it goes up to te. It's not raised this time. That's how we know it's in melodic minor. And lay also is not raised. And then we've got so. I see a skip of a 5th. It's got to go down to do. I see a skip of a 4th. Do's going up to fa. I see the leading tone raised again, T. And then I'm in the next to last bar. So there I see do down a 3rd to lay. It's not raised. Skip 1 note ahead, so up to do, and then we have do, ti, do. Okay, so let's get in this key. F sharp melodic minor. Here we go. Sing along. Tonic triad. It's really a fabulous key. Okay, started this octave. All right, so we talked through it. I'm going to play, you sing in solfege, all right? We're going to start in this octave because it goes really low. So, sing your first note. This is do. All right. Go about 1, 2, and 3, and sing. I know I kind of slowed down. I'm trying to give you time to think about solfege syllables. Okay. So that's our new element for this week. Next, I want to talk about intervals in scales. So, you can pause this, or maybe you've already found it and printed it out, but find it and take a look at it. So, this is a little exercise. It's kind of like a little etude that's designed to get you thinking about all of the intervals that are created within the diatonic major scale. This exercise is in B flat major. I'm just going to get you in that key. Okay. So, this is designed, we have do, re, and we identify what that interval is, major second, and then we invert it, do, re, minor seventh, now we do do, mi, do, mi, major third, do, mi, minor sixth. So there's 2 eighth notes. Sometimes we have a 2-syllable word, sometimes we don't. Doesn't matter. Just make it a quarter if it's better. Now, so you see how it works. We had do to re, major second, and then the do is taken up an octave. So now we have a minor seventh. And we do it again. Do up to mi, major third, take the do up, and we have a descending interval of a minor sixth. Okay? So that's the way the whole exercise works. So I want you, I'm going to play through the whole thing in just a minute. It's just good. It's good for your brain. Actually, every semester, probably except this one, I've had my kids memorize it, and you had to come in and sing it for me for a quiz grade. But we don't really have time to do that. I usually work on it an awful lot in class, and I am running out of time. So, we are going to do it in class, and I do want you to show me that you've printed it out and that you filled in all the intervals. But I probably won't have you sing it from memory because we have other stuff I think that's more important. But I do think it's a really nice exercise. I want to call your attention. If you can look at the third line, it would be measure 14. Actually, look at measure 13. So find that. So measure 13. We've gone, by that time, the first half of this exercise, we've gone through all of those intervals, and we end on do. Perfect octave. Okay. Now we've got 2 beats rest. Look at measure 15. Now it's changed up a little bit. So now the intervals that we're dealing with come from mi. So for one thing, it's good for practice getting from do down to mi, okay, which we know to be a minor sixth. So I'm on measure 15, mi, fa, minor second, mi, fa, major seventh, right? Okay, so you get the drill. That's how the whole thing works. And magically we end up back on B flat by the time we get to the end. So again, it's kind of like a little singing etude, and it's good for your brain, and it's good for your intonation. because we have, through the first half of it, we really have a drone or a pedal of B flat. Starting in measure 15, we really have a pedal of I guess, yeah, we have a pedal of Mi all the way to the end. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to play through it. Go ahead and sing. You, at this point, you can sing the solfege. You may not get all the intervals, but hopefully when you write them in, then you will get all the intervals. So that's the expectation, but here's how it goes. All right, this is your do. About where Mi is. I think it's pretty nifty. Like I said, it's just good for your brain. So, fill this out. Give it a sing through a few times. We'll definitely sing it through in class quite a few times before the end of the semester. And again, it's just more ways to work on excellent intonation, your understanding of the relationship of intervals within a scale, which translates to relationship of notes within a melody. Okay? All right. That's all I've got for this week. And I just, for Wellness Week, I wish you well. Okay? Have some fun. Try to take care of yourself. And I hope professors don't overload you. Get outside. It's supposed to be nice. Okay. Bye-bye.